communities, still with our culture. We don't believe in the culture of no wealth. Each home must have wealth. This myoga, the word I introduced in our system here, means exactly that. A myoga means omwoga, one, means a specialization. Blacksmith, carpenter. Before Europeans came, everybody had omwoga. There was no unemployment. Unemployment is a colonial phenomenon. Everybody had omwoga. And it would be in families. You would find families of blacksmiths. They don't do other things. People bring them food, they bring for them blacksmith. Carpenter. This one of, it's called Komaga, making back cloth. Everybody. So part of our resistance is that some of us were still in the traditional. So we don't easily accept this colonial Karani. Because these government jobs, this is just Karani administration. Right. This is what colonialism was emphasizing. It was not emphasizing the other skills of production. Artisanship, agriculture, fishery. They were emphasizing now just clerical work. In Mbara there we had somebody called Museveni'S, the one who was translating for the DC. He was a big man there. Museveni'S is the one who translates for the DC. Big man. So the concept of wealth got lost. Then when these academicians, social scientists, these tango lawyers and so on, when they came, the development, sustainable development. But when you listen carefully what they are saying, they are talking more about the roads, the what? About social services, health. Yeah. If you don't have wealth, how will you sustain all those? Because me, by having wealth, I'm actually contributing to all those.
Exactly.
If I have my cows and I sell them, but I also get money and build a good house. When I build a good house, I use cement. There is tax on that cement. So that house, really, although they call it Museveni'S house, but actually it is for all Ugandans because it has contributed to their. So if you don't address the issue of wealth, big problems. Where will you get the goods? Goods, food, clothes. But also, where will the tax come from? Because these peasants, who are not part of the money economy, they are not taxable. You can't easily tax them. Where do you find them? Like somebody is staying in a grass hut. Will you tax the grass?
No. It's renewable, so it's not.
Or the reeds, you know, they use the reeds.
Yes.
There's grass, there's reeds, there's mud. What do you tax there? Nothing. So the money is tax immune. You can't tax you. because he's outside the system. So when you are talking about the roads, the what, but how are you going to build them? Because you need money. And the money of the government comes from taxes. And taxes are from consumption. Somebody consumes, and in the process he pays the tax. But if the consumption is not there, purchasing power, because they have no purchasing power, it's really amazing when you see people running around, leaders, what? I just watch. Now this one. Just, it's very dangerous. So that's why wealth is very, very crucial, because all the other things are really engumba. If I may give you a Bantu word, engumba is barren. A woman who is barren, who is not producing children. Engumba. Because it doesn't produce, it is there, yes, it gives comfort, you drive well, but what is it producing?
There are no results.
Yes. So the producing part is the wealth, because once I have my cows, first of all, I produce milk. And people now, instead of importing milk, they buy it. I produce beef, they buy it. Then I have money, then I buy cement. I buy mitayimbwa. I buy, maybe I have, I buy clothes for my family. All that is tax. So wealth must be emphasized so that people don't just waste time with the only roads, what. Because this was the colonialism of the 1960s and 70s. The NGOs come to deal with health using donations. How long will that continue?
Very temporal.
The community is not producing enough money to look after its health. They are in their grass huts, not contributing to the tax. But the foreigners come with money to keep them alive, to buy medicine for them, to do this, to do this, to do this. Then Jews are there. The leaders are there, minister, president, prime minister, speaker, big people, but really off the point. They are not doing what they should be doing. So that's why wealth really is the most dynamic part of all that.
It is all around.
Because if I have wealth, I can even contribute to infrastructure myself. I can build a good house, put there solar power. Even if the government has not brought their power, I can put my solar power there. I can do, in artists they call it aiga akipi. I can trap the water from the roof of the house. So I can actually create safe water for myself. So the most dynamic part is wealth. That's why we are saying, please, please, please. Now, in the case of Kapchora, I had working people, those Sabines. Even when we came from the bush, I could see they were very active. But the problem was that they were not using Echibaro, the calculation. They were growing maize. I found them growing maize. You people. Maize in Kapchorwa lasts 9 months.
Yeah, in the upper belt it takes even 12
Yes.
months.
9 months. What sort of cultivation are these one? What do you call cultivation in
Iti Kbarank. Iti Kbarank.
Nichi.
Iti Kbarank. Iti Kbarank.
Nichi.
Iti.
That's one.
Iti.
That's one. So then number 4. So we are really emphasizing. And when I look at this what they call presidential candidates moving around, when I get time, I will really dismantle them. What they are talking. Because although only 67% now of our people are in the money economy now. Because previously, up to when I introduced Operation Wealth Creation, only 32% were in the money economy. But 90% are in the money economy. They are the ones creating that money were in the money economy. But now 68% are in the money economy. They are the ones creating that money wealth, 67%. And you can see what they have done. The coffee now is about, I think it must have reached 12 million bags. Coffee, 67%. And you can see what they have done. The coffee now is about, I think it must have reached 12 million bags. Coffee, big volume. You can check the quantities. We used to produce only 3 million bags. I think we are now almost reaching 12 million bags. So this talking of wealth is already creating a thing qualitatively but also quantitatively. The quantities are bigger. The milk, we are now at 5 billion liters. The bananas, the maize, we are at 5 million tons. The cement, the what, everything is big. So the talking about it is helping. Now the challenge is to get out the 33%, the other 33% who are still outside the money economy. So in the case of Sebe, you should check in the parishes, are there people who are still outside the money economy or what? The other time I was there, I had my friend Kisa, the old lady from Kwen. She was outside the money economy, but she has now joined with her cow.
Exactly.
With the PDM. Now, number 4 is jobs. For people to know that where do jobs come from? That one is also another problem. Now, number 4 is jobs. For people to know that where do jobs come from? That one is also another problem. Then you have ministers, you have what? Big people, this big man. But what are they doing? You work hard. Must be a biddy that they should tie. Do what now? Why don't you tell us where jobs come from? So that we know that jobs. Say, no, jobs. So I have shown you on the videos that jobs come from wealth. If you don't have wealth, there will be no jobs. except the few jobs of the government, which are not enough. There's one Gombora chief, unless you kill him, there will be no other job for you. So the total government jobs are 480,000. Population 50 million is going to be 100 million in the next 30 years. Where would the jobs come from? Jobs in the modern society come from commercial agriculture, from manufacturing industry, from services, and from ICT. So that also should be in our manifesto. It is very clear. All this is really in a way to orientate Africans, starting with the ones of Uganda, about the future. Now, point number 5 is service delivery. What services are crucial? There's education, there's health, there's security. Security is also a service. There's education, there's health, there's security. Security is also a service. Governance is a service. Entertainment. That is all service delivery. And you should be aware of that, so that you see how to, because for instance, if you go for elite education, like with the one we used to have, where you have a few people going to the school system, where you will have education for some. But we, the NRM, have been saying, no, we need education for all. When I had introduced UPE, a girl from one of the schools came and gave a poem and said that the debate was whether to have all education for some or some education for all. That was the debate. Do you give all education for some, or do you give some education for all? So this is now your doctrine on service delivery. You must sort out yourself. For instance, people have been talking of health insurance. Me, I'm still studying it. Me, I'm still studying it. So that's service delivery. Now, the sixth point in the manifesto is market. Already where we are now, everything we are producing is in surplus. The internal market is not enough for sugar, for cement, for milk, for what? So what do? We need a regional market. But in the political class, you don't hear anybody talking about market. No. Power. To be elected. To be elected to do what? Why don't you stay in your house and do nothing there? Instead of because when you are elected and you don't know what to do, you put yourself in danger. It is safer if you stay in your house. So you don't hear anybody talking about the market. All these the intellectual class, the journalists, fourth estate. Is it fourth? What are you talking about? You don't talk about market. What are you really talking about? Because the moment people settle down and start creating wealth, the internal market is not enough. So why don't you talk about the market? You really can't explain. Even professors, they don't career research paper. What are you researching? You don't talk about market. Eh? China is a place of 1.4 billion people. So they have got that huge internal market. But they are looking for markets here. So how can Africa is in danger, you people. These leaders who are blind, and their journalists who are blind, their journalists are the same like the leaders. They are blind, just talking about small things, accident. A vehicle has collided with another one. That's big news. Real Africa is in danger. In 1968, when I led a student delegation to Mozambique, to the liberated area of Mozambique, on our own, we just did it on our own, and we went in the holidays to the liberated areas of Mozambique. When we came back, Madam Nyerere called us. And gave us some tea. And she said, now, I can now sleep. Because now I have got young people who, meaning that even if he's not there, there are people who can, yeah. That's what Mariam said. But when I look at this journalists of Kapchorwa and the ones of talking about accidents, football, which club in Europe has defeated the other one? Africa is in trouble. Because you don't seem to know your destiny, what affects you. You're concerned with everything else except your destiny. How can that be safe? Just there, journalists, professors, but diplomats. You are not talking about market. Who will buy these products? But diplomats. You are not talking about market. Who will buy these products? So that is point number 6 in our manifesto. Now number 7 is about the political federation of East Africa. And we are saying, we have been saying, Mwalimu, as even others, Tomboya, some of the committed people in Kenya, John Murumbi, Gracie Binjara here. We've been saying that economic integration will solve the issue of the of economy. The economy will grow. But how about strategic security? How can we be safe from any threat in the world? No. People are not interested. They are not. You don't hear anybody talking about it. Americans have gone to the moon. Chinese have joined them there. The Russians are there. The Indians have now gone. We are here in MBALE. With our British friends, we're also here. They're also here. The British, the Germans. So the Americans are there looking at us like ants. You're looking at the ants, they don't know that you are looking at them. It's really very serious. So that's why, but can Uganda, because the Americans talk of four-dimensional superiority, to be superior on land, be superior at sea, the Navy, be superior Air Force, be superior in space, on the satellite. So Africans are totally absent. They don't even have police for land. That's why you can hear terrorists can kill people. You heard what Trump was saying about Nigeria. Terrorists have been killing people in Nigeria. So, if you don't discuss, but how can we have even a navy? We are cut off from the sea because of the Russian colonial border. Uganda is landlocked. Who landlocked me? Bismarck is the one who landlocked me. Why should we accept Bismarck that he comes and says these ones are landlocked? Yeah? And why would my brother keep quiet to hear that I'm landlocked? My brother from Kenya. Why does he accept that my brother is landlocked? I hear that Sere is locked in the room. Sere is room locked. And I continue with ordinary business. I should find out what's happening to Sere. He's my brother. He shouldn't be locked there. He should be free. No. It's really very serious. I really watch Africans and I say, but the ones who are unfortunate are the ones who tried to interfere with us, and we had to deal with them here. But the overall situation needs you young people to wake up. So when I hear these young children that they are writing about what? I don't know. What are they writing about? Are rioting about? You don't hear them talking about any of the crucial points. I don't know what they talk about. Sometimes corruption, sometimes like the ones in Kenya or the ones in Tanzania. What were they rioting about? Because the crucial thing they don't talk about. So, our proposal, because the crucial thing they don't talk about for the East African Federation is that if there was a federation in East Africa, you would create a center of gravity for the black race. They would have a center of gravity. There are smaller countries in Europe There are small countries, Denmark, Belgium, Luxembourg. There's even the one they call what? Monaco or something like that. Small, they are there. But they have a head prefect, United States. When they are in trouble, United States come to rescue them against Hitler, but here, small, they are there. But they have a head prefect, United States. When they are in trouble, United States come to rescue them against Hitler, but here, all African countries are democratically weak. Very risky. Me, I see big danger there. So I'm glad we have put it in the manifesto that East Africa should form a political federation and be the center of gravity of the African race. And then we can go to the moon and say, Americans, what are you doing here? So that whatever else everybody else is doing, we also do for our own, not to dominate other people, but to cater for our security. Who is catering for our security on the moon, in space? No, we are just not there. We are here, just here. So these are the 7 points. I'm glad they're in the manifesto, because I don't want to go to Gehenna. When I go to heaven and God says, why didn't you care about my African people? I said, Almighty, I tried. And the evidence is here. I have the evidence. I'm sure he would do a few marks. And I will be with Ibrahim somewhere.
Sure.
So I can now, I'm now in the hands of the what? What are you?
I'm the moderator.
Huh?
I'm the moderator.
I'm in the hands of the moderator now.
Great. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for those great points in your vision. We appreciate so much. Your Excellency, you are among the 8 candidates who are competing with you. And I wanted you to tell us, why do you think the people of Sabey should entrust you to be their best candidate, Mr. Museveni?
Well, I have already told you. Because we have a clear diagnosis of the problem of Uganda, of Africa, and we have got a prescription, and we have already implemented parts of both, and we are saying that please support us so that we do more, the whole package. So our manifesto is very clear. It is no comparison with what I see my other wonderful people saying.
Great, thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I would ask one more last question so that I'll be able to give my colleagues also to ask some questions tonight. Your Excellency, Sabey has experienced mudslides, and I'm sure during your trip you must have seen those affected areas. What plan do you have for those people in that area of Sabey sub-region?
These landslides I don't know whether they were there in the past. If I go by the Rwenzori, which is even a bigger mountain than this one, in the past, I never used to hear of, except earthquakes. There would be earthquakes. But, but landslides, maybe I never heard of them. So these landslides, one can see that they are from trying to do something that is for the lowlands in these high gradient areas. Because there is gravity. Gravity is always pulling us down. So if you are on these steep hills and you want to do agriculture there, because the main problem is agriculture. It is because our people already think about the wealth of agriculture. But yet, in the past, the forest was being used economically, but in a different, in other ways, not agriculture, not digging there. They, in the forest, they would go and cut some timber. They would go and hunt wild animals. They would go and honey, get honey. These people, this Bagisuya would go and get something called malewa, some bamboo, which they liked so much. So the forest was being used for medicine, for some equipment. Now, I think the big problem is trying to cultivate there. So when you try to cultivate there, beyond a certain point, you can cultivate in the foothills, but when you interfere with because in some of these places the terrain is fragile. Like the other day when I was, even where we were today in Kwen, you can see that the soil is thin. Near the road I was seeing the rock.
It is already seen.
The rock is not far from the
Covered.
that road there, below where we had a rally. You could see the soil was on top of a rock, and the underground water was coming from up, and imagine on the road. So in that sort of fragile terrain, you come carelessly and you start cultivating, cutting trees. Trees are the ones holding the soil with their roots. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. But we are going to, I have proposed that we should really have a conference after the elections. And really we talk about, we can even hear from the elders in the past, how were things being done. Are these landslides, did they used to be there? Me, I never used to hear about them. In the Rwenzori, I never heard of them. So what has happened now? But my suspicion is this one, of trying to do what is for the lowlands or for the foothills, trying to do it on
the hills,
on the roof. That's my suspicion. So in the short run, That's why we are saying resettlement. To resettle these people, we have the money, we have bought some land, we are going to buy more land so that they get out of the danger areas. And then we discuss, this is a gold mine. These mountains are a gold mine if they are properly used. Because now, like Cheptegei now is Ndorobo. He used, what do the Ndorobos do? They gather honey or what?
Yeah.
They don't cultivate. Do they cultivate in the forest?
No.
They collect.
They collect honey, collect malewa, all those things. They collect honey.
Honey?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. But now, he's now added a hotel. So, because we are talking about Mkoriandit, wealth.
Yes, Makariondit.
Huh?
Makariondit.
Mkoriandit.
Yes.
Now, the problem is that people think agriculture is the only Mkoriandit. Yes. But I can be, tourism is Mkoriandit. And apiary, honey. Even if we didn't cultivate there, but collected honey, put beehives there, can we not get a lot of money from?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. What is the best way to use this water tower? Because remember, the mountain is also a water tower. It is there to trap rain, trap rain for us. I think you have forgotten your nature study, where we used to study about the convection of rain which comes because of the evaporation and condensation, and then the relief rain. When the air comes and hits that high mountain, and the mountain forces to go up and it rains. So this mountain is a rain maker. Because it blocks air, forces it up, it becomes cool, then it rains. So in the short run, we are resettling them, but in the long run, we need to discuss. We don't have to quarrel, push, what? No. What is the best way forward? We are all here. We can talk, we can discuss. We don't have to push the government, what? No. It's not government, it's not, it is common sense. What do we do?
It's a dialogue issue.
And we shall find out how the landslide started and why. Were they there in the past? I never heard of them myself. I'm from that side there, the Renzori. I never heard that a mountain had fallen and killed people. I never heard.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, allow me now welcome Mr. Olisimba to give my colleagues the opportunity to ask some questions. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We only have 4 questions, and I'll start with Silas. Silas, please come to this microphone. Restrict yourself to 1 question, please. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I am Silas Chemos. I work for Radio 9 FM in Buko. And Your Excellency, there has been rampant cases of corruption in Buko, and this cuts across the Sebei sub-region. And like you heard in the rally in Buko, road fund has been mismanaged. There are some people who mismanage or embezzle funds meant for roads, and also sale of government jobs. There are incidences where applicants pay even up to 50 million to get a job, and this affects service delivery in the region. And I would ask, what plans do you have or specific strategies do you have so that we combat this issue of corruption? And by the way, there are also allegations of some government institutions meant to fight corruption being, when they come to the district to do fact checking, they are
they collude.
Yeah, yes, with the district, some district leaders and technicians. Thank you.
Well, we worked out the anti-corruption plan long ago. The anti-corruption plan, I worked out. I'm the one who worked it out. Because as I told you, what you call history, I call current affairs. I've been around for a long time. I was here when the British were here, and I watched what was happening. The chiefs were very corrupt under the British. The chiefs, the Gombara chiefs, the vets, the policemen, the teachers in schools, impregnating girls and all that, school girls. So, and then after independence I was watching. That's how I became popular in that area there by opposing these local chiefs and their corruption. So when we were in the bush, I am the one who said, you people, corruption, corruption, which I saw. Under the British, under independence, I saw it. I think the only way to fight it is to empower the people, to elect a parallel channel of monitors. So there is the DC, because the structure at that time was DC, District Commissioner. There was Saza Chief, there was a Gombara Chief, there was a Murka Chief. So my proposal was, let those stay, but let the people elect their own person to watch these people. This is the whole thing about the LOC. It's not for the LOC 5 to be administrator, to be a bureaucrat, no. To watch on our behalf. Watch the cow. The cow is the DC. The old DC will now call him cow. So watch him for us. We elect you. The LOC 3, watch the Gombara Chief. What he's doing. Watch the vets. So you already have a guy, because you are now saying the anti-corruption groups, when they come here, they are compromisers. Yes, those can be compromised, but you, the owner of the area, why should anybody compromise you? And you agree. So that's why you, the electorate, you must elect leaders who are really on your side. So that we shall continue, of course, using the central government, intelligence, what. But I think the reliable ally is the beneficiary of the services. Is the owner of what they are stealing. What are they stealing? PDM money, road fund money. Whose money is it? It is your money. So, the owner of the money, you are the most angry, in my opinion. Yeah. And when I heard the chairman speaking in Buko, and there was another one who was speaking somewhere else, I can see that we are beginning to wake up. That's yes, the other side we shall continue changing these people and corruption, getting new people, sacking but the most reliable force is you, electing people, because it is in your interest. You are the victim of that corruption. So you are the most reliable ally. 3 questions so that I go to sleep.
Zipporah.
Thank you. Your Excellency, in Sebei sub-region, the Sit hydropower point currently produces 5 megawatts of power, though its original capacity is 6.5 watts. Currently, we still suffer our power blackouts. One, because the power because of the power that is transported straight from Buko, from our region to MBALE before it bounces back to Sebei sub-region. We have graduates from the industrial hub and other producers from within Sebei region. We have been wealth creation through value addition and other things and productivity. What can the government do so that we directly benefit from the hydropower from SIT, given the fact that the Kapchora municipality already offered land for a substation? Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I will take it up. I was not aware. Because you are saying that the power is brought from CP to taken by the Bagisu. Mm-hmm. City.
Yeah, city.
So you want it to serve Kapchorwa? Fine, that's very good. 2 questions.
Roger.
Your Excellency, I'm called Barishak Roger. I work for Elgon Radio. In regards to restocking, it has been long overdue for Sebei. Is our leadership the problem that we were initially left out?
Which one is that?
That is the restocking for Sebei sub-region. Cattle restocking for Sebei sub-region. And on the same note, Your Excellency, you talked of considering Sebei sub-region in the compensation program, but the Sabinis are still afraid that you may give us the cows and they are stolen because we still have insecurity in Sebei sub-region. There are people who are stealing cows. I can quote a very serious scenario in Soy, where Samze called Kapsus was killed by Karamajong warriors, compensated with the 30 cows, and within 30 days, the same cows were again stolen by the same people compensated. So insecurity is still a big problem. So as you look into restocking Sebei sub-region, we still have insecurity. Thank you.
That insecurity is because you have not told me. Now that you have told me, it will stop, because it is easier to stop it. I think some of those commanders. Where is that? Where the stealing? Where did it happen?
It happened in Ngenge, Soy County.
Some village.
Yeah, some village in Soy County.
I know. But which particular village? Which particular village?
The village is called Jeborom village.
I wish somebody could write something and give it to Barbara Barunji. Is she here? Take it up so that we check. You know, these commanders, they, in the Bantu dialects, they call it okunyata. Okunyata is to eat food without sauce. What do you call it in Sabine?
Kelugui. Kelugui. Kelugui.
Eloi?
Yes.
The Eloi,
Yeah.
the troublemakers. When I went to Bari Ginilango there and I had a meeting, you could see they just Eloi. Because they just use one method of what they call kufata nyayo, using soldiers to, as if they are villagers. And yet they have got so many things they have which they don't use. Like the dogs, using the dogs to sniff and follow. The UAVs, an efficient system of alerting. This is why I have introduced sub-county police. I want each police to be, each sub-county to be a police area. So that if something happens, your cows are stolen, you ring your local police, you don't ring other people, you ring immediately. Then they react. They will stop, it will end. So I'm glad you have told me I'm going to follow it up. The
Last
one,
question is Eunice.
Your Excellency, my name is Eunice Chekwemoy. I work for Captura Trinity Radio. And my question is in regards to unemployment. Now there is the new fund for graduates as a startup fund for university graduates who remain unemployed. How much money will be put in the fund, and will every graduate have access, equal access to the fund? And what happens if someone borrows but their business fails?
what happens?
What happens if someone borrows but their business fails?
Business failed. Now, first of all, the amount is not a problem we can see, because it will be mainly per zone. Like Sebei will have one fund. I think per district there will be too many, but per zone is not too much. So we shall see how much money is put there. Me, I don't have what about money. Money is there. Now regarding if the money the business fails, that's why the managers of the fund should also work with you to assess the business beforehand, so that you tell them that I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Because there is no land title, you are not saying that if you don't, if the business fails, they will take your land title. There's no collateral. It is really peer pressure. You don't want to let down your colleagues because it is a big shame on you. And if you can show that, for instance, it was a work of nature which caused the project to collapse, nobody can force you, shall regard it as a bad. But if there is proof that you are dishonest, you sold the cows, you sold the property, then we send you to jail. But if it is a genuine problem like a fire or something, they will not hold. We can go in the details, but logically, I don't see why they should hold you liable unless you are the one who sabotaged it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
My people, I'm the one who called them from Kapchora. You have to take them back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My group, PPS. I'm the one who forced these people from Kapchorwa. I'm the one who brought these people. You have to send them back. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Did they come with a vehicle or what? Provided a vehicle. Mm-hmm. A bus or what?
Your Excellency, they will go back tomorrow. It's late.
They can sleep here. I will accommodate them.
Yes. They will sleep here. Your Excellency, I want to thank you so much for this evening, for telling the whole country about the manifesto that NRM has for this country, looking at where we are coming from as Uganda, as the people of Uganda, where we are now and where we want to go. We as Ugandans believe that our future is bright with the NRM in power and with President Museveni in power. We want to request the people out there, people of Sebei, people of Uganda, that we have the best candidate with the best manifesto. We request the people out there to support and vote for the NRM and vote for President Museveni for the good of this country. For the good of this country. And once more, we'll continue praying for you because you have a heart for this country. You have the heart for the people of Uganda. And may the good Lord bless you as you move on to protect the gains and serve the Ugandans.
Kaitabon.
Kaitabon. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank you. We can have a group photo, Your Excellency.
No problem. You can see.
Thank you.
You can come and see.
So the team from Sebei and also other journalists also who have been with us can join after the Sebei team. After the Sebei team. Yeah, thank you.
You're 16? The 16 from Sebei.
They can bring our chair.
you.